Hello, my cuties. Happy Friday. I'm so sorry this video is coming out late. I kept sitting down to try and focus and do the work, and I could not focus. Do you guys ever have that feeling where you're reading the same thing over and over again and it's not sticking in your brain? And so the thing that helps me the most with that is working out and having a good sweat, getting my heart rate up. So I decided to get a workout in before sitting down to get focused on the work. So that's exactly what I did. So I really apologize for the fact that this video is coming out a little bit late, and that is why my hair is wet because I just took a shower. But today I am going to go over the constructed response because I'm going to continue to model the skill of paraphrasing. So I know that we have done a lot of great work in class selecting a quote and putting an exact quote as our citation in our constructed response. And I'm going to show you that other option, which is paraphrasing, which is showing a page number, taking it directly from the text, but instead of using an exact quote and copying and pasting it essentially into your constructed response, you're using your own language. Now, is one necessarily better than the other? No, but as you begin to start to write longer writing pieces in fourth grade, having the skill of both taking a quote from the text and paraphrasing will be very beneficial for you. So that is why I'm choosing to do that skill today. We're gonna do your sight words, go over the skill for the week, go over the constructed response, and then we will do our spelling test. So make sure that if you don't already, pause the video and get a piece of paper and a pencil so that you can see how you did this week. As always, please take a picture and show me your score. If you did amazing and you did really well, show me how many you got correct. And I think that's it. Then we'll read some Tales of Despero. I got a couple of notes that I didn't show the super butterfly yesterday. Did I not show it? Like, Miss Reed, where you at? So I have it in this pile, and if you stay till the end today, you will see a super butterfly. As always, we're gonna start out with some shout outs. Awesome job to these people who not only are doing their work, but are also commenting to complete it, but say that they're done. You're not gonna be surprised by these names because these are the all-stars. You can just, when you hear your name, take your imaginary magnet and move it up to Silver Star because that is where you are and that is what you deserve. Congratulations to Suraj, Serena, London, Lexi, Fernanda, Cody, Samuel, Carter, and Audrey. Awesome, awesome work. And I saw that Miss Bulbisi, Suraj's mom, has been watching the videos, which is so awesome. And she's so into Tales of Despero and she can't wait to see what happens next. I'm honestly excited about it too. I had Tales of Despero dreams last night. So before we dive into the constructed response, let's quickly go over our sight words for the week so that we make sure that we're reviewing them all times. This is laundry, section, shelves, spoiled, store, thousands, traded, variety. The skill this week, if you know it at this point, just go ahead and say it with me, is character traits as well as narrative writing. Coralie, say this with me, 1, 2, 3. Character traits are words that describe a character's personality or qualities that make them who they are. In other words, how would you describe that character to somebody else? Here are a bunch of examples, and there are so many more examples as well. The constructed response that you were asked to complete today was the third constructed response for Shopping Trip. So I hope that you took the opportunity to go back and reread Shopping Trip because this question was asking what mistake did Dad make with Mom's list and what does this say about Dad? So the question does say mistake singular. So you could have chosen one mistake and that would have totally answered the question just fine if your evidence and explain are high level. But I reread it and I really just couldn't help myself. I had to put both of the major mistakes that Dad made into my constructed response. So mine looks like this. At the store, Dad accidentally put the wrong type of diapers in the cart and he forgot to pick up the cheesy crackers. So those are both of the mistakes. This shows that Dad is not detail-oriented, meaning that he's not focused on the small things. For example, on page 10, Dad picks out the first pack of diapers he sees, instead of looking for the exact ones on the list. Then, at the the end of the story, sorry, I'm reading it backwards, so this is hard for me. He buys an actual goldfish instead of goldfish crackers. Both of these mistakes show that Dad was not as focused as he should be. Or should have been. Would have been the correct way to say that. As he should have been. So did you notice how I didn't have any exact quotes from the text itself, but I still referred to both page 10 and the end of the story and was taking exactly what happened in the story, but I was just writing that evidence in my own words. Okay? Awesome. Get your paper out and a pencil. Give a little stretch, a little wrist stretch for your spelling test. Go ahead and write your first and last name on the top. The date is April 17th, 4/17/20. Number 1, father. I miss my father. And you can always remember, if this pace isn't good for you, then you can always pause it, write your word, and then listen to the next one. But I want to make sure I'm not going too slowly for those people who like to move more quickly through this. Number 2 is chapter. I love reading a chapter of Tales of Despereaux each day. Chapter. Number 3, other. There is no other class I'd rather have. Other. Number 4, alphabet. You all know your alphabet extremely well. Alphabet. Number 5, watch. I love to watch my students grow. Watch. Number 6, English. English is a very difficult language to learn. English. Number 7, weather. Michigan has crazy weather. Weather. Number 8, catch. Mason loves to go out to try to catch a fish. Catch. Number 9, fashion. Lexi has gorgeous fashion. Fashion. Number 10, shrink. Never shrink your personality to please others. Shrink. Number 11, pitcher. I know Carter loves baseball. I'm not sure if he plays pitcher. Pitcher. Number 12, flash. It's like the beginning of this year went by in a flash. Number 13, athlete. Samuel is an excellent athlete. Athlete. Number 14, trophy. I wish I could give each of you who's commenting on these videos consistently a trophy for your effort. Trophy. And number 15, nephew. I do not have a nephew. Nephew. All right, make sure that you can always rewind, go through that again if you need to. You can pause. But please let me know how you did, if you did an excellent job. I want to shout out Fernanda. She sent me her list last week and showed me how much she had been studying, and that's just so awesome, awesome, awesome. So as you guys know, I don't have the printed copies of the packets yet, so that is why I'm kind of cutting these videos more short, and I hope that that's okay. I do plan on having the packets in the next few weeks that we do, so I'll be able to kind of model that work more accurately for you, okay? So go ahead and get comfy. We'll read Tale of Despereaux, a chapter, and then I'm not going to forget, I'm going to put it right in front of me, the Super Butterfly. So for Tales of Despereaux, we are on chapter 39, and this one is called Miss Bilbacy Missing. Dun, dun, dun. The sun rose and shed light on what Roscaro and Miggery So had done. And finally, Despereaux awoke. But alas, he awoke too late. I haven't seen her, Louise was shouting. And I tell you, I wash my hands of her. If she's missing, I say good riddance to bad rubbish. Despereaux sat up. He looked behind him. Oh, his tail! Gone! Given over to the knife, and where the tail should be, nothing but a bloody stub. And more foul play. Gregory dead? Shouted the cook. Wait, what? Gregory died? Do you guys remember that? I'm confused. Comment on this video if I just was not paying attention yesterday. Poor old man, that rope of his broken by who knows and what, had him lost in the dark and frightened to death because of it. It's too much. Oh no, whispered Despereaux. Oh no, Gregory is dead. The mouse got to his feet and began the long climb down from the shelf. Once he was on the floor, he stuck his head around the door of the pantry and saw the cook standing in the center of the kitchen, wringing her fat hands. Beside her stood a tall woman, jangling a ring of keys. That's right, said Louise. All the king's men was down there searching in the dungeon, and when they came back up, what did they have with them? They have the old man, dead. You guys, this book is so scary. Like, remember when we read this in school? It was like a little mouse falling in love. Like, it has gotten so dark. Okay. And now you tell me that Mig is missing, and I say, who cares? Despereaux made a small noise of despair. He had slept too long, and the rat had already acted. The princess was gone. What kind of world is it, Miss Louise, where princesses are taken from right under our noses and queens drop dead, and we cannot even take comfort in soup? And with this, the cook started to cry. Shh, said Louise, I beg you, do not say that word. Soup, shouted the cook. I will say it. No one can stop me. Soup, soup, soup. And then she began to cry, earnest, wailing and sobbing. There, there, said Louise. She put a hand out to touch the cook, and the cook slapped it away. We'll be all right, said Louise. Cook brought the hem of her apron up to wipe her tears. It won't, she said. It won't be all right ever again. They've taken our little darling away. There ain't nothing left to live for without a princess. Despereaux was amazed to have exactly what was in his heart spoken aloud by such a ferocious, mouse-hating woman as the cook. Louise again reached out to touch Cook, and this time Cook allowed her to put an arm around her shoulder. What will we do? What will we do? Wailed Cook. And Louise said, shh, there, there. Alas, there was no one to comfort Despereaux, and there was no time anyway for him to cry. He knew what he had to do. He had to find the king. For having heard Roscoe's plan, reader, Despereaux knew that the princess was hidden in the dungeon, and he, being somewhat smarter than Miggery So, had sensed terrible unspoken truth behind Roscoe's words. He knew that Mig would never be a princess, and he knew that the rat, once he captured the pea, would never let her go. And so the small mouse, who had been dipped in oil, covered in flour, and relieved of his tail, slipped out of the pantry and past the weeping ladies. And Despereaux went to find the king. All right, my cuties, here is the super butterfly. I hope that you like it. They all have kind of like a similar style, I feel. You know, like that cartoon-esque look. I feel like that is my niche when it comes to art and creation. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you are able to move your body. I hope that you're able to relax. I hope that you're able to hydrate and eat things that make you feel happy. I miss and love you all very much. And I will email you guys on Sunday before 6 o'clock to let you know what work you can expect for next week.